Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm David. We got to talk about Survivor 41 episode 3.
But first, if you're new to this channel, please click subscribe and give this video a thumbs up.
And if you want to support us on Patreon, there's the link.
Whoa, you got that finger work
I'm trying.
down.
You know, people do that. They used to be bigger than it is now. People don't really do that anymore, but I'm bringing it back.
You're bringing it back.
Pointing at the links on the screen.
Yay! Hi, everybody.
Hello.
What a fun episode. Okay.
Sarah,
Can I just say that this whole new era of Survivor is like the producers are messy?
It is mentally exhausting watching the show and trying to decipher all of the rules of these.
You're like, do they have a vote? Do you have extra votes? Do they have no votes?
Are they
what
on
is
a
happening?
boat?
Yeah.
Are they sneaking away? Did they pick the tarp?
Yes.
Or did they risk their vote? What is
it's
going
a lot
on?
to keep track of.
Are broccolis trees?
Yes, they're just little tiny trees.
It's so much.
I'm here for it. And ironically, none of these have been used in the actual game.
Yeah, we haven't
Survivor.
seen any steal a vote. Nobody's even rolled their die yet.
Nope, nothing.
Yeah.
The producers are like, coming at you, left, right, center, oh my God. And then the players are like, we're good.
You know what? We're going to save it. We're not going to use it yet.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen when you want it to happen. All right, let's talk about this episode here.
Starting back at Yasa. And
up there.
Liana's a little frustrated, I think, that she didn't get to get Xander out because she's like, I came here to make big moves, big money. And then she misses that advantage that's sitting right next to her, that big move that she potentially could have made.
Yeah, I feel like Liana she might be like feeling the pressure a little too much. She might be too in her head or something like.
Or she's just starving because they have no rice.
Well, that's true. I wonder if this is just a blip on the screen or if she is always going to like be trying to play day 39. She does not need to be stressing about.
Yeah, it's okay.
The fact that they didn't do the big flashy move last night.
It's day 7. You know, you're still, it's okay. You have time.
Okay. It's okay.
Yeah. You're in an okay spot.
You're fine.
Get it out though. You know what I mean? Get it out in that confessional and get your head in the game. Because you didn't have your head in the game at the fire. You literally lifted the log and there was the advantage and you didn't see it. It's okay. It's okay too. You're going to be okay. But she misses it. And then Tiffany finds it. You know, I wasn't going to get up. And then I thought, I'll just get up. And then she found the advantage right by the fire.
She finds it, but she does not get to find it alone. No. Evie is right there.
Of course she is.
Oh, yeah,
Evie's always right there.
Yes, she is. She's not going to let you get away with that. And then Liana does walk up. So it's the 3 of them who are technically aligned. So it seemed like they gladly were like, this is your advantage, Tiffany. You get on that boat.
Yeah, right. You beware.
You
right?
do that.
Because she's like, oh, beware, whatever. I'm opening this. She's accepting this advantage and the risk that comes with it. And Sarah, I got to say, thank God they did this 3 times, one at each time, because it legitimately took me 3 times to understand what was going on.
Okay, we're getting on a boat.
Okay, the boat is arriving in the middle of the night and you're going to get on it. And then you're going to make a choice.
You're going to make a choice.
And if you don't get on the boat, you lose your vote.
You're going to lose your vote if you don't get on that boat. That is why, do you really want to open this?
Right, exactly.
Because it does seem like Sydney would have maybe not opened it.
Sydney was like, I missed the beware.
Whoops.
Before I opened it.
She just ripped it open. She was like, haha, no one else can get this advantage. I'm going to get it.
Right.
But Brad's was a little bit more exciting because, boy, they just teased us with him all the way around.
Over it. It's right behind him as he's trying to make fire, right? Because he's the only one doing the chores. The kids are on the beach. He's getting camp set up and just right over his shoulder, right behind him.
It's right there.
There it is, right on the ground in plain sight. He gets up, sits on the log to grab a drink, and he almost steps on it. He almost misses it because he puts his foot over the top of it.
It got to the point where I was like, if he does not find it right now, I might just storm around the room a little bit.
Yeah.
It was,
Pick it up.
But he does pick it up. Now, David, what were the kids doing on the beach while
I
he
have
was
a
working?
new favorite castaway this season, and I don't make the rules, but if JD is going to do a Reem impression on the beach, he is my fave. I was like, what? Am I on Survivor right now doing an impression of Reem on the beach? Like, okay.
That is like us flashing to you on Survivor.
Truly.
Just sitting there.
I wouldn't even play the game.
About Reem.
I would just talk about Reem for 26 days.
Whole time, yes. Oh my God, you found your counterpoint.
Oh, I was so happy to see that.
So there
But Brad, when he finds the advantage, just opens it up right there. He doesn't sneak away into the woods or anything. You know, like we said, the kids are on the beach talking about Reem. They're distracted. So he just opens the note right there at the fire and reads the whole thing. Sydney has to do a little bit more work on Luvu. They are setting up. They've been setting up something I think kind of maybe big is coming between Sydney and Nasir, because they've been like teasing. They're back and forth with each other, right? Because originally Nasir was playing too hard. Sydney had to get him out. And then she was like, he's helpful around camp. Well, now Sydney's back to like, Nasir's doing too much because he's in the middle of the night talking about how we got to get Danny out. And now Sydney's telling Danny this. And Nasir is watching as Sydney is telling Danny this.
God,
so
it kills me whenever there's a shot of people and one person just off by themselves.
Just watching.
Like right there, like this chair, right back there.
Exactly.
Just a person just like watching the rest of the game happen, and they're all by themselves. Oh, it gets me every time.
Yeah.
Look, something I would say is going on with Sydney for sure. Remember the bonus scene, the extra scene that we talked about with Elaine?
Yes.
Where Heather really wants to get Sydney out.
Yeah.
Now we're seeing Sydney like, what did she say about Nasir? She was like, he's ruining our tribe.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess she thinks it's all
language?
kumbaya, and he's trying to divide everybody.
Yeah, we're not seeing enough of this. I want to know the actual dynamics. Are they all rolling their eyes as Sydney says this stuff?
True, yeah.
Or is Nasir really like on an island by himself and she is speaking for the whole tribe?
I don't know. I mean, Nasir's not actively coming after Sydney right now. Like, he's clearly actively going after Danny, but he's telling us in confessional here, like, okay, Sydney's playing double agent. I see you. Like, I know what's going on. So sooner or later, something's going to... Both of them cannot stay. One of them has to go.
Yes, apparently there is not room for the both of them on this tribe. So that's a bubbling. I do believe we're going to see more of that.
Yeah. But that's when she like spots the advantage and is like, could not let Nasir see this. So she bolts out of her seat while they're, sitting around the camp, and she snatches up that advantage. Can't even wait. No one
even saw her.
Yeah.
So couldn't wait to open it that she misses that she should probably have read it.
Yeah.
That would have been interesting to see if she had put it back and not wanted to open it. She'd have been the only one.
Right. But those are our three: Tiffany, Brad, and Sydney.
They're going to get it.
All have to do this sneak away to the boat, and they all seem game at this point. They don't want to like just outright lose their vote. They're going to take the risk here.
And Sydney is the only one who privately has this. Oh wait, no, Brad.
No,
has
Brad.
It. Sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah. Yeah. Tiffany's the only one who publicly has this.
Or that. Phrase it that way.
Right.
Okay, let's go to Uwa.
Yeah. Let's look for an idol.
They set us up that everyone is looking.
Yeah.
And everyone is suspicious of everybody.
Yes.
Who's
at first I thought like, oh, we're about to see JD find an idol because they're focused on him at first. And I'm like, great, my new fave, my fellow Reem fan is going to find an idol. Perfect. But then it's like, Ricardo's looking, Shan is looking, Jeannie's looking, everybody's looking, but they're not going to find it because Brad already did.
Oh, it's already been found. Yeah. By the person that we already saw find an advantage. Brad. I mean, Brad is goofy.
Yeah.
Brad says things in front of other people that maybe you shouldn't say.
Like telling Jeannie about this idol situation. I don't know if Jeannie happened upon him and saw it. And so immediately he told her. But I think they are together.
Yeah.
She makes a comment like, I wish I would have found it, but at least my number one found it. This is great. So we see this scene of him, unwrapping this advantage and just kind of reading it off all to Jeannie. And they're reading the phrases and he remembers that Xander said this phrase. Yeah. And now he's got to say the one about broccoli. And then it's the goat on the AstroTurf is the third one. And confirmed. Sarah was right. You have to say all 3 at the same immunity challenge for it to activate.
This is ridiculous, and I'm so here for it. Oh, this is exactly what I wanted to see. I wanted to see someone find it and go, oh my God, the butterfly line. Okay, Xander's got it. Okay.
Yep.
Now he has to say the broccoli line.
Yeah.
And we're just like, okay, is someone gonna have AstroTurf? Like, where's the other tribe here?
Yeah, right.
Oh boy, that's to come.
Oh boy,
that's to come.
But before that, Brad's got to tell somebody else. He's got to tell his number 1 Shan about.
I'm sorry. How many people have a number 1 named Shan?
Truly, Shan is the Evie of her tribe, right? Like they are both play in the middle. Everybody trusts them. Everybody tells them everything. Everybody talks to them. And Brad just comes out with all of these advantage to tell Shan. Like he tells her everything. And she's just like, thank you so much for this information.
Love it.
Great.
You seem like you're very loyal to me.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. At least she appreciates it in this moment.
Well, she does make a comment in this moment in confessional of like, do I get him out because he's got all this power, or do I keep him because he's got all this power and he's trusted me with the knowledge of this power? You know, she's got a decision to make.
Things you ponder.
Yeah.
When you are everybody's number 1 on your tribe.
Mm-hmm. Then we hit the nighttime.
Oh, we got to get ready for our boat. Our boat ride.
Brad.
Oh, Brad.
He makes a fake body.
Yes, he does.
And barrel rolls down the beach out of camp.
I was like, I love this idea. How are you going to make a fake body, though? Oh, no, he thought it through.
Canoe paddles.
He's got the oars.
He's a very lean man, too, right? So, like, canoe paddles are about the same size.
Yeah.
You know?
When I saw him putting on his boots onto the oars, I was like, yeah.
It's so unnecessary. I mean, God bless the editors for cutting in the footage of JD with his eyes open, you know, like as if he's actually awake in this moment, which he's not. But like, thank you, Brad, for this. Because then what's great is they just cut to Sydney and Tiffany just walking right out of camp.
Is that a boat coming?
Yeah. They like are basically like, bye everyone,
Bye.
And they leave. And Brad's like barrel rolling down the sand.
Good point, Brad. You don't know how long you're going to be gone.
Yeah.
Like, do you want it just to be like, oh, he must have gone to the bathroom, you know, then they wake up later and you're still not there and they get suspicious. So I really appreciated it. But now the boat's going to pull up at this, what seemed like was going to be a scary hut. It was not.
Like a spooky shack kind of a thing. But I'm loving it again when they all 3 show up on the beach and we've got the tracking shots of all 3 of them. They don't know each other, right?
No.
But they're all approaching the shack at the same time and they do their little intros, but they just are learning each other's names. They're not learning anything about each other.
Hi. Nice to meet you. I was disappointed that no one really tried to game this system. Too. No one tried to build an alliance. No one tried to tit for tat.
Yeah.
Hey, what if I do this?
What if I do this? And then,
like there was nothing. They were very...
They're just super suspicious of each other.
They were very like, hi.
Yeah.
This is my name.
Mm-hmm.
I see you're on that other tribe that I compete with.
Yeah.
And do you want a tarp?
Well, to be honest, they're probably all processing the rules because here we go again, you guys. My brain is hurting. So if they all choose tarp, a tribe advantage, they all get tarp.
Yes.
If they all choose steal a vote, they all lose their vote. If there's a split vote, those who chose tarp get nothing. Those who chose steal a vote get a steal a vote. So potentially 2 people could end up with steal a vote in this scenario.
Yeah. So
here they try to suss everything out.
Right. What I love is that Sydney is like, man, Tiffany, your tribe is so few people. You're not going to want to lose your vote, right? She's like, I might.
She's like, or I could risk it for an extra vote.
What if I don't care about my vote?
I honestly feel like if I'm Tiffany, like I'm trying to maneuver this so that I get that steal a vote. You know, like I definitely don't want to lose my vote. But I'm willing to risk my vote if it means I get an extra vote because my tribe only has 4 people. And like an extra vote is so much more power in that situation.
True to Brad, true to what we've seen of Brad so far. He's like, I just want the extra vote.
I'm going to put this out there.
I'm just going to tell you.
I want that advantage.
I want it.
Yeah.
And So the ladies are kind of like, okay.
Yeah. Well, and then Sydney's like, I mean, to be honest, like, I'm kind of leaning towards tarp. I don't think she was really leaning towards tarp, but she's just floating the idea. So she's like, well, I'm just leaning towards tarp. And Tiffany's like, okay, great. So you could say tarp and then I'll do seal about. And then great. I think that works out for everybody. And Sydney's like, well, wait. I didn't mean that.
Yeah, we're not quite sure. Sydney's like, I don't trust Tiffany. And then Tiffany's like, I don't trust Sydney, which is fair.
Yeah.
I'm not trusting either of these ladies either.
But all we see in the moment immediately is Sydney picking tarp. Brad and Tiffany's votes were a secret until
we saw Brad
morning.
Steal the vote.
Oh, we did?
We did.
Oh, so Tiffany was the only question mark.
Tiffany is the only question mark, but we quickly next day realized that Tiffany did choose tarp. Played it safe, and she has nothing which is what she wanted to see. Sydney also has nothing, and that means Brad is the only one to get the steal a vote.
Right.
Good for him, I guess.
More
it worked
advantages.
To just be like, I would like that.
Yeah, he's just killing it this episode.
It does
draft-wise, at least.
Not enough. But never enough. Keep collecting.
Always
take them
more.
all. Take them all. Okay, so. Now we're going to go play immunity, guys.
We are.
But you know what? Before we can get to immunity,
oh my God.
Smooth Jazz Brad
Sarah
was like, fumble, words, what are in some and broccoli?
How did we get to him being a broccoli?
Trees. Oh, Brad, what?
I'm a broccoli, he said. That's not the phrase. The phrase is broccoli are little trees. Not, I'm a broccoli. What?
And then he said, like, broccoli grows on trees. I don't think he said it correctly at all.
And he was like, I got these skinny legs and this hair. I feel like broccoli. And Xander's like, that's got to be it, right? That's not the phrase, but he's trying to say the phrase. So I guess I'll throw mine out there again.
I think Jeff actually helped the situation. He's like, Xander, how do you feel about broccoli? Xander's like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, remember when I was a loco and was thinking butterflies are relatives?
Remember that? Everyone?
This is what I love, David. It goes it goes broccoli.
Yeah.
Butterfly.
Crickets.
Nothing.
No goats yet.
Nope.
No AstroTurf.
Nothing.
Yet.
I don't care what this has to do with anything.
I know.
This is the best twist I have ever seen.
Yeah, right.
This is ridiculous.
It's so weird. And Luvu's just like, what are these people talking about? Like, Luvu's got their nice, complete tribe. They're feeling good. They're doing well. They're
don't know anything.
Those tribes are losing it.
Yes.
What is going on?
They're like, I know we're hungry, but like, what's happening over there?
Right.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Yeah. So the search continues for that third piece of this shared idol.
I think the search is going to continue even more after the vote out.
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. Erica and Jeannie are going to have to sit out to even out our numbers here. Classic.
Heather, right? Erica and Heather?
No, it's Jeannie.
Who's Jeannie?
She's literally on your draft team. Who's Jeannie?
Jeannie?
You guys roast him. Roast him right now. What do I have to Google who Jeannie is?
Yes, please.
Oh
my God. I am embarrassed.
This is a first.
Oh, Jeannie from UA. I'm thinking because Erica and Heather had to sit out from Luvu.
She doesn't come up.
Okay, what is this? No. You tried a quick Google image search and it did not work. But you're right. Yes, Jeannie from UA sits out, but it's Erica and Heather. Sorry, that's what I was caught up on because I'm like, her name's Heather. Because Luvu has to sit out two people.
Oh.
So it's Erica and Heather who both sat out for Luvu.
Okay, great.
Anyway.
Max is going to back you up on that.
Thank you, Max.
I totally didn't see Heather sitting out. Okay.
She did, yes.
Great.
So we've got them sitting out. It's 4 tribe members competing for each thing because we failed to mention, but that swap that Yasa was hoping for did not happen. So,
Yasa was hoping for it. I wasn't hoping for it.
No, me neither.
This is great.
Yeah, I love it. So those are our sit-outs. We've got to swim. We've got to do a rope balance beam, obstacle
course. A tiny little tightrope.
Yeah, tightrope, exactly.
Thingy.
And then dig up
bags.
The coconuts and the bags and then toss the bags and land them
But it's not a basket. You got to land them on those little platforms,
yeah.
which is super, super hard.
Takes a delicate touch.
Shan is like the first to get out in the lead here, but by the time basically we're all getting to toss the coconuts, it's like usual. Luvu and Ua are leaving Yasa way far behind.
Oh yeah, and Tiffany, like, she's struggling, but she's fighting through it. I thought for sure she was going to fall off that tightrope.
Right?
She's got some upper body strength on her because she is holding
She did it. She got through. It wasn't as bad as it could have been, seeing last week's performance.
Amen.
And then Jeff had the audacity to give her a 3.5 on her dive into the water. And Tiffany's eye roll at him, I was like, girl, I hear you.
She's like, can you leave me alone?
We don't need it, Jeff. We don't need it. She just got through. That's all.
Yeah.
Also, back while she's trying to get across, the last two on the platforms.
Brad and Xander.
Little Xander was like, I like what you said about broccoli.
Hey, I like that. I'm into that. And Brad's like, I see you.
I got you.
We're in this together.
Okay.
We know. We're just waiting for that goat, for that AstroTurf.
Where's that AstroTurf?
So stupid.
That go?
I love it.
But do not be fooled by who's in the lead, because guess what? Miss 3.5 dive Tiffany is going to land the first coconut onto the little platform. So take that.
That's right.
What did you give her? A 9? A 10?
How was that?
Yeah.
But she lands the first one, but Xander really is the superstar.
Yeah, he's going to come in.
Yasa, because he is just landing them back to back to back, making up so much ground that they are behind.
He's making up ground because JD thinks he is at, what is the basketball that's entertaining?
Harlem Globetrotters.
Thank you. He's a Harlem Globetrotter. He's like, whoop, whoop. Ayo,
yeah, like, alley-oop.
And none of them are landing. None are landing.
No, yeah, he's like doing
Shan's
weird
like,
jumps.
how about just a
Just
toss?
throw it.
Just a toss.
You don't have to jump. You don't have to like throw it over your shoulder.
Nope.
Keep it simple.
Yeah.
Because he's not even making it to the platform.
No.
Like it's just arcing both. Like the platform's here and the bag is here. He can't even get it high enough.
Yeah.
So it's bad for him. And as much ground as Xander does make up, it is Luvu who finishes first.
Yeah, Shan is going to come in and kill it for them over there.
Yeah, but Xander wins it for Yasa, and I'm like, thank God, I don't need them going to tribal again. Like, let's mix it up a little bit here.
Please.
So I was glad that they won.
I was glad that they just avoided tribal for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Brad is going to take over for JD, and he is going to land some. Mm-hmm. So thank you for Brad.
Mm-hmm.
But they're going to lose here. So no good for them.
Right. So Ua has to give up their flint and go back to camp to decide who they are going to vote out. And right away, Brad is like, well, JD, I mean, look at what he did to us.
Well, first JD's like, Brad's like, I don't have a vote. I got to steal a vote, but I don't got a vote. And thank goodness he did say it, because I was like, does he have a vote?
Right, yeah.
I don't understand.
I don't know the rules.
If you're stealing a vote when you don't have a vote, I still feel like you can steal a vote.
That's what I think. But I guess you lose all voting powers.
All voting powers are just gone while you're waiting for this idol to emerge here. So he clears that up for us. But he's ready to vote out JD. Not a problem.
Right.
JD does do like a obligatory apology of like, oh man, sorry, I didn't land those.
Yeah.
I was stylish, but I couldn't land them.
And then he's going to go to the bathroom.
But here's where things go wrong for JD.
Go south.
Pull up your britches, buddy. When you're coming back from using the restroom and you're hiding an advantage in your pants, you got to pull your pants up.
What was it like?
It's just that simple.
Why is it not in your pocket?
It's just.
Well,
I think you usually don't keep, you keep them in your britches.
Yeah. If you're going to keep it in your britches,
put it back in your britches. Yes.
That was so crazy. He comes up with his pants around his thighs.
He's just like holding the paper.
Just there. And Shan's like, what's that? Is that a piece of paper right there in your pants? Let's just
step to the side here and let's have a little chat.
And he's like, well, I guess I'll come clean. And she's like, this is not coming clean. You're busted.
You got busted.
I busted you.
Buddy. Now, this is amazing because JD is right. you don't give out
Thank
information.
You.
Like,
I love that he came back with that. She's like, why wouldn't you tell me? He's like, okay, but you're not supposed to tell me.
You're not supposed to.
And I'm like, that is the answer.
But the fact that Shan has the power to make you feel bad for not revealing something that you know you should not reveal to her.
Yeah.
So much that you give it to her to hold on to, the power this woman has.
Yeah.
This is incredible. I was watching her be like, man, you really messed up with me.
Wow.
And him like going, yes, this is awful. This is so bad. When I was like, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
But good for her for being able to do that.
She's just like, I can't trust you. Like, why wouldn't you tell me about this? Really spreading it on so thick.
Oh my God.
To the point where he's like, I mean, he has already had a thing with Shan that we've seen where she's the only one who's there to kind of vouch for him. And he's like, my survivor game is in your hands. Like that already happened. So here we are again, where he's like, if I lose Shan, I'm absolutely screwed. So I guess my only option is to hand her my extra vote as this like sign of trust. If I'm Shan, I am stuffing that vote in my britches and voting him off the island.
100%.
Keeping that steal a vote.
When he handed that over to her, I was like, well, daggum. Amazing. You vote him out, and that is now your extra vote. I see nothing to think about here.
Yeah,
that's what I thought. I mean, even JD at that point was like, I'm a ballsy player.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think you're just messy.
Yeah, right.
Because you just handed away your advantage when you might be evicted tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know. This was so intriguing to watch how it went down because he was begging for her forgiveness.
Begging. And here's the deal. Shan is really having a hard time voting anybody off the island.
Yeah, that's true.
Because she had to choose.
Oh my God.
Between her mom and her dad.
Oh my God.
I guess her parents got divorced. She had to choose who she wanted to live with. And she essentially says, I had to vote my dad off the island of our family. And I carry that guilt with me to this day. So I am having a really hard time choosing between JD and Brad.
She's like going to vote someone off a Survivor and being triggered to when she had to tell her dad she'd rather live with her mom. This was this like tugged at your heart, this story. I would like to say that I think it's wonderful when parents allow their children to be involved in the decision making because I hate it when parents just tell kids what to do and don't factor in what a child wants. But I think she said she was 5, and that is it's so young, really young to put that kind of pressure on a kid. And
also like apparently the dad like cried in front of her.
Yes,
of course.
Like suck it up, Dad, for just a minute.
I think
cry
you gotta be
private.
Like respect your decision and then leave the room and cry.
Yes.
You know,
oh my God. It's all, I understand why it's still affecting her.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh my goodness. Absolutely devastating. What a horrible situation. But she's like back there. Like that's where this is taking her.
Now she does try to talk to Ricard into, she's like, oh, we can't. This guy, we can't with him. And Ricard's like, true. We can't with him. Don't trust him. But you know what? Also don't trust Brad. Yeah. And it just didn't seem like Ricard was budging. He might not be a budger. Yeah. He's I do think he does have like maybe a little stubborn streak in him. But we go to tribal and Shan reiterates that she's, having a hard time. JD is reiterating that he's disappointed in his performance with the sandbags. Like, I get it. Mea culpa. It is largely my fault that we're here. But trust is like a crystal. Oh. And, I dropped some crystals, but don't drop mine. And Shan's like, I don't know what that means. Is that another advantage that you have a saying? Right, exactly. Brad's like, wait a minute. What was that third phrase? Is this it? About broken crystal. No, you just said it on your own. Okay. Okay. Shan's like, well, it's real hard to put crystal back together. She's like, here's the thing. Let me simplify this. You lied to me and I can't trust you. And that's what this is about. And this is Survivor. I don't have enough time to rebuild trust with people. That's the issue.
which is fair. That is a fair assessment. Like,
yeah,
I think that both sides are right in this situation. JD is absolutely right to say, like, I'm not supposed to tell you about my advantage. Like, that's not playing a smart game. But she is also right to be like, well, this is a clear violation of trust. And I don't know.
Right. If you get caught, like, yes, you don't need to tell everybody. But if you get caught, then it does look bad.
It looks
and
bad.
You have to sort of play that game and be apologetic. It was unclear because during this tribal, JD starts to talk and they're sweeping music.
Thank you. Literally, you're like reading from my notes right now.
And he's talking about being a nerdy kid and watching Survivor growing up. Like, these are the things we've talked about this before, where it's like, you're about to go.
Bye, JD.
This
That's
is
what I
your
wrote.
story.
That's what I wrote in my notes.
You wrote bye-bye.
Goodbye, JD.
Yeah.
Because he's like, Malcolm, Ozzy.
Yeah.
The puka shell necklace. Like, this, I am the ultimate Survivor fan. And I'm like, well, this is such a nice little farewell for you. You played a good game, but day 7 is all for you.
Yeah. But,
nope.
Poor Brad just didn't get his story, I guess. Right. Is what that came down to. But while I'm listening to the sweeping music and going, this isn't a good look for JD. And honestly, I think JD was the vote. I think that was in Shan's best interest, but because Ricard didn't budge and we never saw another conversation with Jeannie. Do you remember who Jeannie is?
Yeah.
We never circled back to her, who I remember is super aligned with Brad.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't think Shan actually has the votes.
Well, because Shan knows that Brad has no vote. And so she knows that if she votes with Jeannie, it's a tie. And Shan's probably not going to rocks for this.
Right. Exactly.
For Brad, you know?
Right. Yeah. So I was confused because I was like, I'm pretty sure they set us up that we don't have the votes to get JD out, but here JD's getting this story. Mm-hmm. But I guess Brad just didn't get to tell a story. So anyway, the votes they're just gonna take out Brad.
Wow. Well, I knew it was bad when we see Brad not being able to vote. Then we see JD vote for Brad. Not unexpected.
Yeah.
But generally when they show us a vote, that's the first vote we see.
Yeah.
In the tribal. And it was a different handwriting for Brad. So on the first Brad vote. So I was like, oh, they flipped it. Like that it's not going to be JD. And sure enough, it was Brad, JD, Brad. Brad's out. With a steal a vote, a potential idol. Were those the only 2 advantages?
I think that's what it boiled down to.
Yeah, that's what he ended up with.
And the idol down the road. Here's my question. What the heck is Xander going to do?
What? I don't know how this works now. Because
he's going to show up at immunity and see Brad is gone. So there is no more broccoli.
Does that go back in the game and someone else has to find it? Or can Xander just be like, you know what? Broccoli, butterflies, anybody else? Like, can Xander say both of them?
Oh my goodness. This is complicated. I mean, someone is eventually going to say turf. Goats, what is it?
AstroTurf, yeah.
And then Xander's going to try again with his butterflies.
He's going to try.
But if they don't put it back in they often do put them back in.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they put idols back in the game.
Oh my God. Now we have to wait for someone else to find the idol.
Well, Shan knows.
And Jeannie
knows that Brad had the idol. So they'll go looking. But, wow. And Shan and Jeannie know the details too. So, Right. But they can't, I don't know
Jeannie definitely read it.
Yeah.
I don't know if Shan.
But they need to find it. They can't just say broccoli and then, get an idol. Like, they're probably going to have to find the paper again.
Jeannie's going to be like, something about broccoli.
Yeah, right. I don't remember the details because when Brad said it was insane. But I know it has something to do with broccoli. Okay?
Jeff's going to be like,
Sorry, Jeannie, we need at least 70% of the words right on that. Okay? You can't just say broccoli.
Oh my gosh. Well, I don't know. I don't know that Brad was the right vote. I mean, he was erratic and maybe not super trustworthy to Ricard.
Yeah.
But he had the problem of saying just everything.
Yeah.
So that's the enemy that I know versus a sneaky enemy. But I think ultimately Ricard doesn't consider JD an enemy, even though he might be sneaky and untrustworthy. And even though the edit made Shan look like the powerful one, obviously Ricard,
he's got some sway here.
Is a bit of the godfather on this tribe because if you can't convince him otherwise,
you can't control Ricard. So that's something you got to consider. And I think maybe that played into, or it could have played into Shan's calculus here as well, because she got JD to hand over his thing. So that's like, she clearly exerts a certain level of control over him. She can't totally trust him, but she can make him do things. And Brad is definitely not someone you can control. Like, she's good with Brad. He trusts her and he's telling her everything. But as soon as he doesn't trust her, like, Brad's going to do his thing.
That's true. That's true. And I mean, I think Shan's sitting so pretty that it really doesn't matter for her game.
Right.
Jeannie, who during the immunity challenge when they lost, she kicked the bench. Did you see that?
No.
I thought she was going to kick something here at the tribal too, because she was like
on fire.
When Brad got voted out, she obviously wasn't looped into that.
Yeah.
And she was just furious. So she's not in a good position.
She is not.
She's not in a good place at all.
But I think they're going to do a swap next week. I mean, we didn't get anything like that in the teaser.
I don't know. I don't think they might not be doing one at all.
You think just till merge?
No swap until merge. What if they just, how they're just, it's a new era. They're doing things differently.
It is a new era, but it's like,
I don't know. I'm getting a vibe that
we're just going to see Luvu in the final 6 then.
Yeah. Which is a real tough break for like Xander.
Yeah.
Who is a pretty good player. That's on a crappy team.
And Evie and Shan, who are good, like, strategic social players. Yeah. But they don't have numbers. Like, numbers is what matters when you get to the merge. But, we have seen cracks in Luvu as well. Obviously, we know something's coming with Sydney and Nasir. So
what is going on?
They probably don't necessarily want to be final 6 altogether. Who knows?
Right? Yeah. I don't know that we'll have like Luvu strong if we hit the merge, but then again, they always
I know
about that. Yeah, that would be interesting to see. I don't know if we're gonna get a swap. Well, I am here for the producers trying to make this so messy. I know that there are purists out there who are like, stop. I mean, Survivor literally was dropping advantages in people's laps.
Literally. Like, yeah.
They were like, here, do you see this?
We're not even going to put it under a leaf.
Do you see this?
It's, yeah. Like, the producer's like, right over, it's right there. Just look. Like, I did get a little bit like, enough this episode because, part of the brilliance of Survivor to me as a fan is the simplicity of it, and you're just like putting people on an island and forcing them to vote each other off. The idea is just so simple and genius.
Yep.
And now we're like throwing in all of these extra things. But the nice part about it, I guess, is that hasn't really affected the game so much.
Yeah.
I mean, people are aware that there are advantages and that's putting a target on people, but it's not like people are like throwing out these advantages left and right and saving themselves and it's blowing up everybody's plan.
It's not affecting the game yet. Yeah. I mean, we might get to a tribal where no one has a vote. There might be like one person who can vote.
Right.
But I'm here for that as well. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Laura, maybe I heard that and I'm subconsciously remembering that there might not be a swap.
Wow.
Did someone say that in the press?
Well, I would love then for Luvu to lose an immunity.
Then Luvu needs to go to tribal. Yeah.
At least one person out, how many do we usually end up with at merge? Like 11, 12? So maybe 2 more people are going to go home before we merge.
Oh my God, almost only 2 more?
Yeah, because we're at 4 on Yasa, 4 on Ua, and we've got 6 on Luvu. So,
well, we did see in the preview for this episode coming up that Shan wants to potentially throw the challenge and go to tribal.
Yeah, and Danny's like, I'm a professional athlete. Like, I don't throw things
in my core. I cannot do so.
Yeah.
So that will be interesting if they actually do go to tribal. But they need to.
Yeah.
Just to even it out.
Even things out a little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah.
Plus, you just need to go to tribal.
Yeah, I know.
You can't sit at camp and never go to tribal. It messes with your head.
You get out of game mode.
Yes.
Like it's obviously the dream is to make it to the merge without going to tribal because you're just not in danger of going home. But there is an advantage to getting there, to really building those alliances and strengthening them. Like bonds are not really strong until you make it through that first tribal with people,
Right.
Otherwise it's just kind of like, of course, we got each other's back. Like when it comes down to it, when, we'll have each other, but do you really have each other? So you kind of need that a little.
Right. Rick, I don't know about the die because no one's using it.
No one's done it. JD, he did reference it. JD, like, I'm not going to do it. I guess everybody thinks it's too early. Maybe everyone wants to save it for the merge.
Well, they've done a decent job. I mean, this is a really good tool to make people do blindsides. I mean, that is such a reason to keep it on the download. Do not mess up a blindside because like JD had an inkling, like maybe he should. He's potentially in danger, but Brad didn't know that he should probably do it.
No.
He didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if it's just a device to make them blindside everyone, great. And we never see the die used.
I know.
Fantastic.
Better for us. Yeah.
Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point, Sasha. You get to kind of see people's true colors come out.
Yes, exactly.
But you need to have adversity. If you just sit around camp and talk but don't do,
too comfortable.
Yeah, it does mess you up come merge.
Yep.
So well, I'm enjoying this season.
Me too.
I love this cast.
Yeah, I know. The cast is so fun.
It's so great. You guys, guess what's coming up on Friday?
Oh my God, I'm so jealous. I can't believe I'm missing this. I wish I could do it.
David has a stupid job. But I get to talk to Tiffany from Big Brother.
Yeah, not Tiffany from Survivor.
Not this one, but America's favorite house guest, Tiffany from Big Brother 23, is going to join me for a little chat and interview on Friday.
So good.
3 p.m. Pacific. You guys, mark it down on your calendars. Please be here. Please support. It's going to be very, very exciting.
Yes.
And then we got other exciting stuff coming up. So, of course, please be subscribed. Get your bell notifications going on.
Click it.
You guys in the chat, we really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being here live.
We love it. And if you're joining us later, make sure you leave us those comments about how you feel about Brad going home. A couple of advantages in his pocket, but he couldn't use either of them. So you can't really fault him for that.
Nope.
And what do you think about a swap? Are you happy that there's potentially no swap before the merge?
Or do you need one?
Let us know what you think.
Yeah. Who are you rooting for?
Yes, always. Who are you rooting for?
Give us the goods. Yeah. All right, you guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.